Speaking of doo-doo, it's an odd segue. You got penguin poop at this point might actually start to help the world. Yeah, penguins might actually help cool Antarctica, because people are definitely worried that if global warming gets crazy enough, gets heavy enough, gets thick enough, that it's gonna start melting the polar caps, and we're all gonna fucking drown. We're all just gonna be like, Arizona is gonna be beachfront property, and I don't want that because I live closer to the West Coast than not, and I like my property. But here's what we know about penguins and poop. So according to this report, new scientific research suggests that penguin poop could play a surprisingly important role in helping regulate Antarctica's climate. So large penguin colonies produce enormous amounts of shit. Now, it's guano, all right? But this guano is rich in nitrogen. And so as the guano decomposes, it releases an ammonia gas into the air. That ammonia then combines with sulfur compounds from marine phytoplankton to form aerosols. These are like tiny little particles that act as seed for cloud formation. These clouds then reflect sunlight back into space, potentially cooling the region and slowing the ice melt. So think about that. This is how wild nature is, how everything is somewhat symbiotic. And yet we still as humans absolutely fuck it up as often as humanly possible. But so, like, look, penguins shit, because everything poops. If you've read that book when you were a kid, you know that the Catholics hate it. Anyway, everyone poops. And so then you've got the bat shit, or the bat shit. I played way too much Carmen Sandiego as a kid. You go cave spelunking and find the guano. Anyway, whole other thing there. But they got the guano, and it does its whole little fucking symbiosis thing. Its cycle of life, and then it helps slow the cooling. It helps or slow it all down. Crazy, right? It's crazy because here's where it gets kind of nuts. So, like I said, these clouds, they reflect the sunlight back into space, and then they kind of cool the region and they slow the ice melt. Now, scientists have taken measurements near the penguin colonies to show that the ammonia levels are up to 1,000 times normal or higher than normal, with cloud formation increasingly dramatic or having more cloud formations happening. Sorry, I'm just reading this wrong. Interestingly, the effect persists even after the penguins leave, as the guano continues to emit the ammonia for weeks. The cooling impact is most pronounced over open water. Clouds over ice may trap heat instead, depending on their density and altitude. But so it's helping the Antarctic, but then it's like, well, what about the rest of the world, right? Could this be something that does help the rest of the world? Well, while penguin poop is not a global climate fix, it does offer a compelling look at how ecosystems, even through something as gross as bird shit, can influence atmospheric conditions. And some scientists are saying that preserving the penguin habitats may yield surprising climate benefits as the world continues to warm. And that is something that is kind of wild to me. You know what I mean? Like, that's something that's pretty damn wild. Is like, it's continuing to warm, and penguin shit might be the thing that helps save us. Which then begs the question, can that be artificially recreated and put out in a place that will then be able to have impacts outside of the Antarctic? And people out there might be going like, I don't want to walk outside in a world covered in shit, or a world that has ammonia everywhere, because that might be damaging to us. But I mean, I don't know. Science will maybe one day find a way. I mean, that's what Jurassic Park taught us, at least.